What have you been doing since I last touched base with you last year, John, with your
Well,
project?
since last year, Mr. Banks, we finished Redemption Alley.
Okay.
Redemption Alley is sort of a prequel to
Uh-huh.
Starting Over.
Right.
And Redemption Alley is sort of the beginning of the story of what happens to A.J. Reese and what got him to the point that he's considering retirement,
Right.
and what's going to make him move and quit what he's done for so many years, which is being a pro wrestler and an MMA fighter.
Right.
During the toughest times, he would always go to his mother, and he would go to good old mom for any type of advice.
Right.
This was sort of a darker part of the episode that dealt with how he deals with his mother passing away.
That's right. Yeah, and that really hits close to home because that happened to you in your real life recently.
Yeah, it happened to me May 3rd of last year.
Oh, yeah, we were so sorry to hear about that. But
She was my rock.
oh, yeah, I can understand that. That's what mothers are, our best friends. So as you did Redemption Alley, now we're talking about moving on to the next step. Now, are we going to see a bunch of episodes now, John, or how's that working out?
Well, we're making 2 additional episodes starting next month,
Okay.
and it's going to be called New Beginnings.
New Beginnings, okay.
Yeah, New Beginnings. It deals with him getting past his mother's passing, because you never get over it.
No, that's true.
It sort of deals with more of the family, how he uses his family as the backbone of his life now. Of course, he's in his late 40s. He moves back to Huntingdon, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Gets a job at Huntingdon High School.
I remember
and
that.
And now it's the first summer. It's the first summer that he hasn't been as a wrestler or he hasn't been an MMA fighter. So now he's getting used to getting to be a school teacher.
Okay, that's where we're heading now because I remember the storyline. A.J. Reese actually becomes a gym teacher or a school teacher of some kind.
Yeah, he becomes a school teacher, and he goes back to his old Elmer model of Huntingdon Area High School.
And, it's interesting because you and I both had a gym teacher, or I had a wrestling coach. Mr. Reese was his name. So I assume as we think about this, it's really built around not his life, but at least you're using his name in the as a character.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got permission from Mr. Reese to use his name.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Mr. Reese was my football coach. He was my gym coach.
Right.
And he also wrestling coached to me.
Yeah, he was my wrestling coach. Doc Reese is what we called him. I think you're a bit younger than me, and he had already hung up his sneakers at the high school as the wrestling coach. If I can recall, around 1972, actually, Yeah,
he actually was a fantastic wrestling coach at the Tyrone High School back in the day.
That's
he also
right.
got Tyrone on the map.
That's right. Matter of fact, he was a state champion for Tyrone High School. I think their first state champion back in the late 40s, if I remember correctly.
That was just about it.
Yeah.
Because I spent a lot of years, I lived up in Tyrone for many years.
Uh-huh.
I coached Little League Baseball, and I also was the assistant coach of the girls' soccer team.
Oh, that's right. Hey, let me ask you this then. Going back, you were working with Rick Brandt, I believe. Was he helping you produce Starting Over?
Well, I'll tell you what, he was on, he introduced it to Like Starting Over. He was the lead casting director.
Okay.
Now, he is in Arizona. He moved to Arizona.
Really? I've seen some of his photos recently on Facebook, so he obviously is still involved in video and photography as well.
Yeah, he's one fantastic guy. He also shot my wedding when I did the wedding years and years ago.
That's right. Yeah.
I wish I could have Rick here, but unfortunately, he went to bigger and better things.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm talking to Nova 6 Studios up in Altoona.
Okay. Yeah.
And 1 or 2 other folks. I like to use some local talent as far as video shooting for the next project.
Yeah.
But the next script is just about finished.
Okay.
We're going to use, once again, a lot of local places we're going to do a video shoot. We're going out to 7 Points, Lake Racetown Resort.
Right.
We're going to use, again, the church right across from Huntingdon Area High School to do some shooting.
Oh,
And
yeah.
as I speak, I'm looking for talent. I'm looking for actors and actresses who want to showcase their talent.
Yeah,
And
okay. How would they get in touch with you, John? Because I know you have a Facebook page, you have a phone number. What's the best way to get in touch with you if somebody aspires to be an actor or perhaps an actress?
Well, yeah, we need actors and actresses. We need help doing the video shoots.
Okay.
You can email me at legstartingover. That's at yahoo.com.
Okay, that's legstartingover@yahoo.com.
Yeah, and we have a YouTube page.
All right.
And a Vimeo page.
I saw the Vimeo video. That's where I was watching most of your videos at Vimeo. But we can still go to YouTube as well for Like Starting Over, correct?
Yeah, just push Like Starting Over and episode 1. It'll have all 4 of the first episodes.
Yeah.
It'll have the 30-minute, very emotional part to be shot of Redemption Alley.
Okay.
That was done last fall. That'll be on both the Vimeo and YouTube page. Tell you what, it's been really emotional. It's been one of those things you look up at the Lord and say, should I stop now or continue to go?
Yeah. Well, you've been kind of placing one step in front of the other. And I told you even then, a couple years ago, hey, man, it's a process, so you've stuck with it. I know there were many times that you got kind of frustrated and, you might want to leave it go. But what's the ultimate goal? Again, because we have new people tuning in all the time or hitting us up on our on the Air Network page. Let them know, do you want to make this a television series or maybe a video series online?
Well, I tell you what, I'd like to have a webcast or also have it on Netflix, a regular thing on Netflix.
That would be cool. When you and I were talking, Netflix wasn't as prominent, and maybe it was, I just didn't have it, but it wasn't as prominent as it is now. Most people are watching at their leisure, if you will, these series like you are sort of proposing.
I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, Greg. It's to the point, there's so many places to go. Now, I do have the projects also in competitions.
Wow, okay.
And, we have it on faith-based TV.
Faith-based TV?
Faith-based TV.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's online. So I have it sent into a lot of competitions, video competitions.
Yeah.
And these competitions, they judge sort of like the film festivals that they have.
Yeah, exactly.
They also have film festivals for smaller folks like me. So the sky is the limit now that I've sort of 1 year later.
Yeah.
Look at the projects that I've done. But I sort of got a kick in the butt a few weeks ago. And you know what? This isn't over. And I'm not ready to give up.
No.
And spring is in the air. It's time to get off my butt, get rolling again.
Yeah. And there is an audience out there. As you mentioned, there's so many platforms available now, not just the internet, but like you mentioned, film festivals. To give you an example, in Johnstown, they have a film festival every year. And I can't remember where it is, but I'll send you a link. But the idea is they probably get 40, 50 filmmakers together every year in Johnstown. It's a big to-do. It goes on for 3 or 4 days. They open up these cavernous theaters. People just walk in. I don't think they have to pay anything. And then at the end of the week, there's this huge competition where they're actually giving out money for these projects. So something like yours, like Starting Over, might be something that you could probably enter into a film festival, whether it be Altoona, Johnstown, or even State College. You know that.
Oh, it's fantastic. This is sort of a faith-based show.
Right.
It's not going to have a lot of violence or stuff. This is something mom and dad can sit down and watch with the kids and not be embarrassed. Mm-hmm. But I need, once again, the hunger of this show is to have good characters.
Right.
The first 2 episodes were more of the driven about A.J. Reese and what his life's about and what made him turn to the man he is now.
Yeah.
Future episodes will be him and his family settling down and making new friendships and beginning to grow up emotionally and realizing what it takes to really to be a man and to grow older and to grow stronger as a father and as a Christian man
Right.
and how to share that with his students that he'll be teaching in the next month, next year. So I'm very, very excited.
Well, I'm excited for you, too. That's why I wanted to touch base with you again, because I'm sure a lot of the people that listened a couple of years ago or last year, they're kind of wondering. Now, I know because you and I touch base on Facebook all the time, but that's the other thing, too. There are so many faith-based television networks out there now just looking for new programming that, with any luck and a lot of faith, because I know you're a faithful man, hey, you're going to find a home for your show. Like starting over.
And the great part about it is I could have my eyes looking 24 hours a day, looking for a place to put our programs.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have hundreds or thousands of eyes doing the same thing, so people helping me out as a brother or a sister saying, John, did you see this?
Yeah, just networking.
Networking. So we have, once again, the YouTube and the Vimeo, Facebook, everything. So all I ask is everybody that's out there that loves with good quality television or webcast, if you're interested, if you want to be an actor or actress to help in any way, notify me. Let me go. Send me an email. Like starting over at Yahoo. I'm excited, Greg. I'm very, very excited. We're going to do great.
Yeah, I expect that to do well.
I want you to be a part of it this summer. I want you to be in the video this summer.
Well, I'm getting back to Huntingdon, getting settled in, man, so I'll be around, that's for sure. Then you and I can talk about it, and then you could put me to work. How's that?
That sounds fantastic. I was glad to see you last fall, and the part that I was really disappointed about, that I was really bummed me out, you haven't changed.
Oh, come on, man.
you look the same as you did back in the 80s.
Well, thank you. And, you look the same, too. You're just more muscular and grown up from what I remember. That's how that works.
We're going to work it together, my friend. Hopefully I'm blessed enough that we can work together in the future.
All right.
And it's going to be awesome, brother.
All right. Stay blessed, Jon Smith.
Thank you, my friend.